And we're back. AC Lee and Parlay Pete here. Talking NBA. Talking a little NBA. We're gonna do a little NBA piece because it's that time of the year. And we can't neglect the NBA, although we allow the NFL to be a major part of the show today because of the offseason. And I kind of want to open our NBA talk discussing Anthony Street Close Davis. I have been watching the Lakers, and I've been optimistic on the Lakers all year. Then I saw what I saw, and I'm like, I don't know if I can get behind what they're doing. Uh, but I tried. And then they bring in a new team, right? They get rid of Russell Westbrook. They bring in Jared Vanderbilt. They bring in D'Lo. Uh, you get rid of Thomas Bryant. And I look at the team and I say, they got something there. Malik Beasley can make threes. D'Lo can kind of run an offense, and you have a team that's set up to thrive without LeBron James. But then they drop a game to the Knicks. AD played in that game, and Julius Randle just ate his fucking lunch. Then they drop a game to the Rockets. Anthony Davis doesn't play. 2 games, 3 games in 4 nights, back to back. He doesn't play. I get that you're trying to conserve your best players for the playoffs, but you're trying to get there. And you're 2.5 games out of a play-in, and you're not playing. And for the life of me, I don't understand why Anthony Street Close Davis is not playing. I get you want to rest him. I get you want to make sure he's good for the playoffs, but you can solidify yourself in the playoffs. You can get a 6 seed. You can get a 5 seed if Anthony Davis plays. He is on the roster to play basketball games. And yes, you can conserve him. You can, give him rest here and there because you don't want him to get hurt. But if you've actually watched AD, his injuries are not wear and tear injuries. He's just flimsy. He's clumsy. He has those injuries that there's really nothing you can do about it. It just happens. Like he rolls ankles. He falls weird. So if he plays today versus playing tomorrow, yes, playing 2 days in a row, it does multiply the opportunity for him to get hurt. But the ways in which he get hurt, it's not him wearing down. It's just him being clumsy and being fragile. But then when you sit him, it makes him look soft because guess what? If you're actually trying to make this playoff run, he should be on the court. And then when Kevin Garnett comes out on his podcast with the other guy who's going to get into the Hall of Fame, whose name I won't say on this podcast because fuck him. And they talk about, I don't think LeBron's as hurt as he thinks as he says he is. He's trying to like make AD prove himself. And I believe that to some degree. It's like, what does this team look like when I'm not here? It's not just making AD prove himself. It's also telling Rob Pelinka, like, hey, bro, I am the franchise. And if you want me to come back next year because I can actually get traded, you got to make sure all this shit works. But then when AD sits out in the middle of a playoff run while LeBron is hurt, all I know is if I'm running another team and somebody calls me and says, hey, you want to offer me this, and this for AD? No. Because he doesn't care about winning every game. And when you're on a good team and you're in a 3 seed and you take a game or two off, who gives a fuck?
Right.
But when you're the 10 seed or the 9 seed and you can be the 5 seed by winning a couple of games here or there and you choose not to play, I'm not saying you can't be on my team, but I promise you I'm not going to build around you because I want to build around people who want to win every single day. Parlay Pete, you're a businessman, right? And in business, you don't win every single day. You're not going to win every single day. And you don't even look at reports daily to capture what the business is doing. But you also know that if you win every single day, when it's time to pull reports, the reports are going to look good.
Absolutely. I mean, that's certainly that's a great analogy to how you could look at it, because even if there's one thing in common, at least with the two, even with those, it's all business. Like, it's all business. So it's just like, you gotta be honest with yourself. And I think that in the Lakers' position, they view, obviously, LeBron is the most important slash he's the biggest asset that the company has, right? And
Yeah, no, he's Steve Jobs to Apple. Like, he can
what
leave and the company will still work, but it's not going to be as good.
it won't be as good. And more importantly, where does that leave you if he doesn't want to be there? Then that might make other people that are important not want to be there. And then that might have an effect on the workforce that you try to recruit to come there. You might not be able to get the next best guys, or guys that were potentially better than him, to come to you. And it could just be a whole cycle that they kind of already had went through for a little bit. And so it's one of those things where I think LeBron is in a position at where I have no idea. Clearly, the injury has to be somewhat serious, right? Like, I don't think I don't buy into the idea that of what you're saying, like, or not what you're saying, but what you're saying, KG, and I'm guessing Paul Pierce is the other person.
Kevin Garnett and his
Is he the
former
other person?
Celtics. Kevin Garnett and his former Celtics team.
What's wrong with Paul Pierce? What's wrong with Paul Pierce, man?
He's a liar. He's a contradiction. He's not the truth. He's a liar.
Shaq called him the truth.
Who?
Shaq's the one that gave him that nickname.
Shaq has some of the worst basketball analysis I've ever heard in my life.
Well, Shaq he already apologized for not being familiar with someone's game. So, like, well, I think KD, it's so funny. KD clown Shaq. He'd be like, he's a casual. like this nigga don't even watch basketball no more.
But KD's not wrong.
He does. He literally be saying that.
Like, because KD watches basketball. He plays basketball.
Yeah, because I get it. Okay, so basically, Shaq's not, when he's not on TNT, he's not sitting up watching the Hornets play OKC on a Wednesday night. Like, yeah, okay, like, I get it. Like, I get it. I guess he's not casual. Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know what these guys do. Well, you let him and Barkley talk about it. These guys pay the same bookies, so they bet on it. So they better be watching some of this shit.
Well, here's the thing, though, and Barkley paints a great picture about Shaq's analysis, because Barkley will say, Shaq will talk about, you got to do this, this, and this if you that good. And I'd be telling Shaq, everybody's not you. Everybody's not bigger, faster, stronger than everyone on the court. Some of us actually have to, like, work hard to be good.
Be one of the best ever.
Yeah, like some of us have to work hard to be good. And because Shaq didn't have to work hard to be good as a player. Yes, the shit that Kobe was mad about, because Shaq didn't have to work hard to be a great player. His analysis his analysis is built from that same place, right? Of, oh no, you can just go out there and score 25 and grab 15 rebounds. Nigga, no. That's not how it works. You was just fine. Super fine. And even though you can go, you may go down as a top 20 player of all time, bro, you left a lot out there, dog. Now, if I'm Shaq, I might leave a little bit more out there. Because if I'm that big, athletic, and good, I'm not working hard. For what? Why would I work hard?
Well, when he did work hard, it didn't give him a championship.
You said it didn't?
Yeah, when he was running, like, I'm talking the Magic years, when he looked lean and shit. He didn't win championships then, and he was clearly probably working hard. And granted, I mean, he had a better running mate in Kobe, obviously, than Penny.
Are you
And
sure?
well, yeah, the results say so for sure. So, like, Penny's coaching round one of the NCAA tournament. Granted, Kobe is dead now, but like, Kobe goes down as undisputedly, at least in my opinion, like subjectively, no matter what anyone wants to say, subjectively, he's a top 10 player all time. So like that's subjectively.
Bill Simmons would beg to differ.
Or Penny didn't go one, did he?
I don't know. I don't.
Shaq went one, and C Webb went one, is what it was,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they traded him for Penny.
yeah, because it's supposed to be Shaq and C Webb, which in that
Point
NBA would.
being, Shaq played with a better player, and that's why maybe that's also part of the reason why he won a championship.
Yeah, no, I was just making jokes because I like to fuck with you sometimes. You know, I let me let the viewers know something. The unfortunate part of Kobe passing, outside of his family and the things that really matter about his passing, is that I can't fuck with Parlay Pete as much as I want to about Kobe because it comes off as disrespectful to the deceased, and I was raised not to disrespect the deceased. But dog, sometimes I just be wanting to fuck with Kobe because Kobe's his guy, and I want to say like outlandish things that I obviously don't believe. Because again, y'all know about the Kobe rant, just to get him
I was gonna
going.
say, Lee, you've got something that lives that could be an NFT. I guess if those are still worth anything, you've got something that can live in internet infamy that was a Snapchat that outside of you sharing it, maybe a lot of the world hasn't seen it, but it's like gold because it's like it's not kind of
Because
true. It is. And
because
so
the thing is, you watched it that night on Snapchat.
Mhm.
Because like I post a compilation or repost a compilation pretty much once a year. But if you were there on Snapchat the night that rant happened, these snaps are coming in like randomly throughout the night, throughout the game. Like, just hop on Snapchat. Oh, this nigga posted something else. Oh, she talking about this game. Like,
Well, then you start talking about Kobe Bryant, 30 points, 40 points, and then that's when he got to 50, and then the nigga got to 60, and it's just and the fact that I think what made that game so special
they won.
was they won, they came back. It was against a team that needed another team to lose, but they still could have made the playoffs. And another team was on the other ESPN making history, and nobody cared.
Nobody even flying. I remember going to my closet and recording all of
Nobody
my.
cared, bro.
Yeah, nobody cared about the Warriors winning their 73rd game. But
Nigga, they had Mike Breen and Mark Jackson and them calling that Warriors game, and they were like, "Now we gonna call in Tarico to do the fucking like they were like, we need Tarico, nigga, on this Kobe game." Like,
bro,
n-
how much
nigga, I don't even remember the last time Mike in the NBA game.
But that's Tarico. Tarico is him.
I know, but this is my point. My point is the A team was calling the Warriors game, and instead of giving Kobe's last game a B nigga, they were like, bro, you're off NFL duty. Come on over, man. Go ahead and give us one more NBA call. Like, because he didn't call NBA games at the time.
But he's Tarico.
I know, and that's my point.
That nigga played golf with Trump. Tarico plays golf with Trump and Tiger Woods.
It meant more, is what I'm saying. It meant more. Like, that shit meant something.
Do you think Mark Jackson could see Tiger Woods or Donald Trump at a golf course?
Man, he's not caddying for them. Come on, man. He's not caddying for him. Maybe he meets him in the chapel and he's the youth pastor or something for the kids at the golf course. But
hey, can we talk about the biggest gangster in the NBA?
Oh, you mean Ja Morant?
What my nigga Ja at? Murder Inc., baby.
You mean Ja Wilkes Booth?
I'm talking about Ja Rule who's out here beefing
Yeah,
with
man.
50.
Let's get on. Hey,
Let's talk.
but
Hey,
now let's talk about the real 3-6 Mafia of fucking Memphis, the real CMG, the real paper route. You
I
know?
was talking about Ja and Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, man. The hardest
Definitely,
niggas in Memphis.
bruh. This shit's laughable, and I know liberal black media said we need to give Ja grace. I know my man Wayne told me that I was like Skip Baylesson on this whole Ja topic, and I kind of left a comment there, like on Instagram, like you my man's, and I can't, I couldn't. I was busy that day, and I couldn't just really entertain the comment in the way, and I did. But when I say we can send Ja back to the hood if that's where you want to be, I mean that shit, bro. And don't tell me he's young. Don't tell me that like he may not know any better. Don't tell me T be a better dad. Right? I don't want to hear none of that shit, right? Because all those things could be true. Hey, T got him here. T put him in a position to be a grown ass man to make better decisions than he could have ever made for himself. That happened. That's real. And T is there supporting him. And from what I hear, T's in the house with him. Whatever. But hey, dog, I got a I got a job when I was in my early 20s. I got a job in my early 20s, and I got paid a lot less than what Ja's getting. I was making probably like in the thousands, what he's making in the millions. Okay, but I knew in order to keep my job, I had to carry myself a certain way. I had to act a certain way. I had certain responsibilities. I couldn't do certain stuff. I couldn't be around certain people, and I knew to make those decisions so that I wouldn't fuck up my money. And maybe because he's gotten so much money, he's getting so much money that he doesn't think of it that way. But what Ja's doing is reckless. What Ja's doing is stupid. And let me tell y'all, there's a smear campaign out after Ja Morant right now. And there's a smear campaign out because all of this shit is coming out at the same time. After the Powerade, after the shoe deal, Coca-Cola knew this stuff. Nike knew this stuff. The NBA knew this stuff, right? They knew all this ain't new shit to them. It's new shit to us. It ain't new shit to them. But he pissed off the wrong motherfucker because he just wouldn't stop. Melo tells the stories about when finally David Stern said, "Hey, Melo, I know who you with. I know what you're doing. Stop." And he finally stopped because Stern told him he wouldn't be in the league. And when I'm critical of Ja and what he's doing, bro, it's not that I don't like Ja. It's that I don't want Ja to be great. It's not me trying to tear down another black man. I say these things because I'm a civilian. I move like a civilian. And I want the best for Ja, but if I sit here and I coddle him like everyone else has been coddling him, I ain't doing him no good. That nigga need to grow up. If he fucking with drugs, leave that shit alone. If you getting too drunk, like, hey, bro, I seen the picture of you in the strip club, bro. Why you throw all that money? I ain't telling you what to do with your money, but you could have fucked her for a lot less. What we doing here? Get it. We having fun. We young, dumb, full of cum, trying to get rid of some of it. But at some point, you got to understand you're the face of a franchise. You're potentially the face of a league. You're potentially a face of multiple brands. And if what you're doing does not represent those brands properly, they're going to treat you as such. And I don't know, bro. You've overcame so much. Don't get here and fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. And for me, that comes from a place of love. It doesn't come from a place of hate. Like I want Ja to be great. I want him to figure it out. But if he chooses not to, hey man, somebody else will. We're having some technical difficulties right now. I'm trying to get Parlay Pete back in here. I don't know if it's probably my bum ass internet. Cause well, now he's gone. I live in Albany, Georgia, but Ja got eight game suspension for conduct detrimental to the league. Hey, you there, Parlay Pete?
I am here. I don't know what was going on there.
I don't either. But I was saying Ja got 8 games for conduct detrimental to the league. Not to the team, to the league.
Well, and I think they counted some of the games that he sat out too.
Yeah, they did. Because he didn't sit out those games. He was suspended. Memphis was just waiting on the league.
Without pay.
Yeah, Memphis was just
recoup the money that they had already paid him for the games he sat out. Because they said it was 8 games without pay, but he had already missed 3 games or something, maybe 4. So what are they? Because I know he got paid. Colin, he already told us how they get paid. So like, what are they just going? They're just going to take it on the back end since they already gave it to him. They advanced it to him. I mean, get the fuck out of here! Like,
yeah, that's all they're gonna do.
Okay. And who's? Does the NBA have an accountant that looks at each team's books? I'm clear. I'm just curious. Like,
probably here, bro. Here's what I think, man. Like, let's just be real with this. They told Ja to chill out. He wouldn't chill out. So then they let everything come out. Because with Zeke Elliott, Skip Bayless says all the time, oh, yeah, there's stories I've heard about Zeke, but they're not out. And they're not out because Jerry Jones pays for those stories not to get out. The NBA said, hey, this nigga ain't listening. Yeah, but the NBA said, hey, he ain't listening. Leak the story. Let it out. Give it traction, That's what I think. I think it's a smear campaign. But I think he deserves it.
Oh,
they're trying to smear Ja's name. Because he was acting reckless, and they told him to stop acting reckless, and he didn't listen. So they say, I got them for your ass, nigga.
I don't think they picking on Ja. I think Ja's making mistakes on his own, and maybe it is a part of it is certainly immaturity. Like, and I get it. Like, I don't know what it's like to have that type of money early in life. So like, I don't, but I can definitely look back at some things that I wish I didn't do. Like, we can all reflect, like when we were, I guess he's 23. Like, there are things now. The thing, I mean, I wasn't doing dumb shit like, I don't think I was doing dumb shit like that. I mean, let me not say I wasn't, because I'm somebody that at 23, I think got a DUI. So like, that was kind of dumb. Like, that's dumb. Like, that shit is dumb. But like, I'm not pulling up a little bitty pistol alive, and I've got $200 million too. Like, so it's kind of just like, bro. I mean, what are you trying to get across to everybody? Because what are you actually like? What would be the purpose? Like, I'm cool, I'm hard. Like, what is what truly is seriously like? What's the motive behind?
Can I give you my thoughts on?
Is it somebody you're trying to like threaten? Like, who are you trying to put fear in? Too is my what's the purpose?
Can I tell you something about high-end athletes?
Yeah,
I think most of them are cornballs. Because
cornball brothers.
Well, yeah, think about it. Most men are evaluated on how cool they are based on their humor, their money, and their women, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really just what matters. Well, these basketball playing motherfuckers, they ain't had to. If you good at basketball, you ain't never had to work hard to get pussy.
No.
But because you're getting all this easy pussy and you're getting all this validation, you don't develop a lot of the people skills necessary to move and function as an adult. Where if you're like a regular nigga, you actually gotta not trick off, and you gotta like talk a girl out of her pants. Again, this is all consensual stuff. But you gotta like talk to her, make her comfortable with you, make her like you in order for her to have sex with you. That's way different than her wanting to fuck you when she first meets you. When she first meets you because of who you are and what you have to offer her. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of these athletes, they be getting this like give me pussy, this give me sex. And to them, like, oh, I'm him. Because I did this, this, and this. And then you take somebody like me or you who I'm gonna show you a good time. I'm gonna tell some good jokes. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna see where this thing go. But I got a formula that works and it works and it works and it works. It's a little bit different when you have like clout and status behind you. And I think he's somebody who has clout, who's had clout and status behind him for so long. He's from small town South Carolina, so he was him. You know what I mean? Like he was him on the court, so he had folks rocking with him, and it ain't like he's some like Paul. He ain't some like ugly ass nigga. You know what I mean? With teeth growing out his fucking hairline and shit.
Right.
So I'm sure he did well for himself, but now he want to be hard. Like, hey, bro, put that little ass gun away. Put that little 6 shoot up, bro.
Nice.
And
Put
but
that.
no, I'm just being real because I'm from a small town. I was just like a good student, bro. I made good grades, college. You know, I was over the Morehouse and all that shit.
Right.
But I was in situations where I had friends where like, bro, it's just a fight, and my friends like, hey, nah, bro, you ain't fighting. We got this. I'm like, nigga, I'm a man too, and they like, nah, bro, you got shit to lose. We do, like not saying that they didn't, but like, hey, bro, you got more shit to lose. We got this shit, bro. We don't even want you get involved in this.
Right.
Well, that's a sobering feeling, you know what I mean? And I don't think Ja has had those sobering feelings because he got a bunch of yes men around him, and nobody will say, "Nigga, why do you want a gun?" Bro, I'm going to college. I'm going to Denver in June. I'm going to Shotgun
Do
Willis.
you have dates?
Yeah, I actually do.
Is it a weekend?
It is a.
How does the business treat it?
I think it's a Thursday. I think it's a Wednesday to Friday, but I can extend it. I can extend it if I want to spend my own money.
From
And
Wednesday to Friday. Okay. You
trying to
well, oh, you're leaving Friday.
yes, but I said I can extend it. If I want to pay for my hotel, I can
D-
extend it. I won't
Denver,
have.
Denver is one of those places I always looked at and said, man, we need to all go to Denver. You know?
I can shoot you the days if you're trying to come to Denver
Yeah.
because I want to go to Shotgun Willis.
Really? So
I
you
mean,
so you can get your job rental.
I ain't spending 50,000. I'm only spending 50.
I'm not. I'm not spending the goddamn thing, except
Cover.
on the drinks. Yeah, I'm gonna get some drinks, but like drinks cover. I throw a couple hundred or two. Like I mean,
Bro, I'm $100 to $200 guy in the strip club.
yeah. No, I don't want to be there, and I've now. Let me tell you, I've gone to a strip club before and not thrown any money, literally.
Right?
And even when offered money from others or something like, nah, like I've done it. It's not as fun. Like so, you really, and it's just not. It's not really. It's not proper strip club etiquette because it's like, well, why did you come?
Well,
That'd
we
be like,
we
that'd be
went
like
to
coming out to eat, and even if
we went
you
to
get
Tampa. I didn't pull out.
water, it's just like, and then you don't tip, and you're like, well, all you did was bring me an appetizer and water. It's just like, nigga, tip. Like, I don't know, but like,
We went to Tampa. I didn't pull out cash because like each time I went to the strip club, it was like impromptu. And for disclosure, I lost my debit card a long time ago,
mm-hmm.
and I haven't found it. But no one else has it either, so I haven't got a new one.
Right.
So me pulling out cash is actually an adventure. So we were in Tampa, like, bro, I didn't have cash like in the strip club.
Right.
It was just like weird because wait, we're in the strip club with no cash. Like,
Well, it's
Niggas
not
were
the position you want to be in.
yeah, but niggas were like giving me cash, like I wouldn't ask for like, hey, here, and I'll throw it, but it's just shit weird not having your own cash.
It's not right.
It ain't. Let's see. We got street clothes, Ja. You want to talk about the weird Western Conference or Michael Jordan selling the fucking Bobcats?
We can touch on both briefly, really, because
Real
I think
quick.
the Western Conference aspect of this is very relevant because of what you said earlier about street clothes, about a guy like AD not playing in these gimme games, where it's just like, hey man, you tough it through, and if you guys have to play, I don't know,
The Kings.
the Nuggets. Let's say that they're in Denver like tomorrow night. You play Denver tomorrow night at Denver. Now you sit out, nigga. Because if y'all already didn't think y'all could win, if you win, great. But if you already, because Denver's been on a losing streak, they won tonight. They were down at the half at Detroit. But they had lost like 3 games in a row. So like, if this is like a setup loss, do that. But this is a setup win because if you're on the floor, y'all win the game, and y'all need to win as many games without LeBron James on the floor. You don't have the luxury of having LeBron on the floor. And with the way that the West is working out, I mean, the Oklahoma City Thunder, bro, are in the playoffs, and I think that that's as wild as it gets. You know, like it really is. Like to really think about this, and guys like Dame Dollars want to sit put in fucking Portlandia. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. I respect Dame, but this is why Dame can't be in my NBA 75 because of dumb shit like this. It's just like it isn't that he's not the talent. It's just that guys like him are letting OKC be in the playoff hunt. I know that they like the 13 or something like that, and they're not too far out. But my point is that there's way more talent on that team, and he's a better player than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. What the fuck is going on? Like, what is that, bro? Like, what is this?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm looking at it. Look.
really going on? Like with some of these teams, like some of these teams are acting like this is normal. And I think that this is the best part about the NBA, especially the West, but the NBA in general. Seeding has probably mattered less and less for the teams that are ultimately talented. It really doesn't matter as much anymore because the Lakers can enter as a 6 seed and realistically go to the NBA Finals as long as they don't draw. As long as they don't draw like Phoenix in round 1 or something like that, they could beat a Memphis or a Kings team as the 6, and they're the 3. And then the next round, they get one of those teams, or let's say they get a 7-seed Clippers team or a 7-seed Warriors. Now we've got a classic semifinals matchup, and then you get your Denver or your whoever. Like seeding doesn't matter as much to me in the NBA anymore because of the way that the NBA moves.
I'm looking at the Western Conference right now. And the teams that I would trust: Warriors 6 seed, Lakers 9 seed. I guess the Suns at the 4. If KD comes back healthy, I don't
believe that they're going to get higher than. Well, yeah, with KD out,
I don't
they're going to be the 4 or the 5. But they want that. They want to play Denver round 2.
because I look at Denver. I don't believe in Denver. I think if the Lakers get the 8, they'll beat Denver. Jokic don't like seeing AD.
What you want to know? What I think? I think that if it then now this is just if it stays pat. Like if you are the 6 or the 7, you're really pumped about Grizzlies Kings being because that's you're looking at worst. You're looking at man. If you're let's say the Clippers are the 6 and the Lakers are the 7. And let's say, like, for the Lakers, this is a perfect, and the Clippers, for both teams, this is a perfect case scenario. 1 Nuggets, 8 Dallas. Dallas and Denver have to play each other in the 1-8.
6. That's 6.
Wait. 4-5 is Suns, Warriors. That is like the gauntlet side. Meanwhile, if you're the Lakers or the Clippers and you're the 6 or the 7, you get Memphis or the Kings. You could both beat them. Like if you're the Lakers, right? Let's say you're the 7 and you get the Kings. Let's say the Kings stay at 2. You get the Kings in round 1, and if you win, you either get Memphis or you get the Clippers, and from there, you're kind of like, well, if we can beat the Clippers with all that talent, whoever we face, regardless, that's how we get to the what. Like, I think you would rather be the 6 or the 7, low key, than the 1, 8, or 4, 5, because the way that it seems like it's going, the Suns, the Nuggets will be the guaranteed in that 1, 4, 1, 8, 4, 5. That both of those teams are going to be there, and those are you got the team that's been the best in the regular season, and then the presumed favorite based on who they have.
I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. It's no one's looked good enough, and the bad teams have all these reasons why they haven't won as many games as they should. And you'll see a game where AD goes for 28 and 14, and he just looks like Anthony Davis to Brow all over again. You go, shit, man, throw LeBron into that whole thing, and there goes 60 points between those two, and D'Lo looks like he's going to score 17. You know what I mean? So there goes 77 points. You know what I mean? Like, shit. So it's wide open. It's wide open, and I look forward to seeing what's going to happen. Last NBA piece looks like Michael Jordan's going to sell his majority stake, paid 180 million. They're valued like
He's going to get at least 2.5, maybe.
Yeah, because they're valued at 1.4, but like that's before they hit the market. I know, like it's before they hit the market, so
Clippers went for 2.5, right?
something like that. Yeah,
Or not 2. Yeah, 2.5 bill, right? I think it's something like that. And who's there wasn't an NBA team just sold.
Yeah. Yes. The Bucks just sold.
And he got only a percentage. He became the majority, but like he only got Haslam only got. I thought they said he paid like $2 billion, and he only got like 60% of the team. So
we didn't talk about that, but
hold on, let me.
Are the Bucks in a crater because Jimmy Haslam is like their majority owner now?
Wait, let me see. Hold on. I want to be for sure on these numbers before we even get into it.
This is my part, nobody else speak. This is my part, nobody else speak. Glory be to God, yeah.
Okay. Forbes said
about Forbes Arena.
He owned only 25% of the team. How much did he buy it for? What can we get to
the specifics?
It said it was a $3.5 million valuation. What did he pay? That's what I want to know.
Top dollar.
Okay, well, hey, the Suns were valued at Didn't somebody buy the Suns?
Yeah.
So regardless, okay, that's the last full, for the most part, full sale. 57% of that team was bought for $2.2 billion. So a little over half of the team was bought for $2.2 billion.
Yeah, so Mike Jordan probably make about.
And Mike probably owns 80%, 75% of this team. Like he owns he's the owner. Obviously, he owns at least 51%, but I think he owns more than because remember he bought the Bobcats / Hornets from Bob Johnson, who ironically, I guess we will get to that probably in the next couple minutes here, but like ironically, obviously BET being up for sale, which Bob Johnson's the founder and sold BET to Viacom, but like who's now trying to sell BET, but which is really interesting because nobody really watches TV. Can you imagine if BET?
They got BET Plus though.
I don't know anything about it, but imagine if BET was smart enough to monetize, and a guy like Diddy, if he got into it, I hate to just switch the topic, but they all kind of do go together.
Fuck it. Hey, here's what I got you. Hey, yeah. So closing out hour 2 of the show, and closing it out, making a blend between Michael Jordan selling the Charlotte Hornets, a team that he's like changed their name and still ran them into the ground because Michael Jordan is not built to run a franchise. He's just built to be the best player on the team. If he's not that, then you don't want him there.